Hands, are we the baddies?
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Bob Plays Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts on Legendary Difficulty. This is episode 16. The baddies wake up early because it is early and I am bad, and I just woke up. Actually, I woke up a little while ago. I just finished kind of getting ready for the day, and I've got a couple hours before work, so let's go be bad and do bad things on the internet. So I've always liked getting up early. So I have some peace and quiet before work, and it's not always an option, but when it is an option, I like to enjoy it. So let's see what we got going on here. I think our tech budget's fine. I mean, we're losing money. We got lots and lots of stuff. Probably double check our ships. We could build more of those. We can refit some of these guys. Let's just keep these refits. I'm trying to finish these out. And I don't really remember quite what we were doing. We got the Guardians. Let's get the Holy Assault ships finished out. I think we're saving up technology so we can make a proper dreadnought. I think that's what we're doing. Let's go check it out. So we got the big guns, so we're happy there. We're going to get our steam turbines, which I'd rather the geared steam turbines, but the steam turbines would be good enough. Advanced propeller shafts. So we're going to start catching up on technology. In 6 more months we'll have the Dreadnought 2, which will be presumably better than the Dreadnought 1. So maybe we wait 6 months. I've got just a crap ton of ships, so we're doing fine. With the new rangefinders at some point. We're getting here Dunite, that's always good. Whoops, that's not what I want. At some point I do need to make a cruiser that can go 32 knots and go really fast with the what's your optimum speed? 23 knots. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. So none of these are really. It's Armored Cruiser 3. What does this thing look like? This looks like absolute ass on toast. I mean, I really don't like the German cruiser designs. I mean, they're not... I only put main guns up, you know... Can't even put a gun there. This thing kind of... I mean, I guess it's an okay-ish cruiser, just... It's spotting on this 2,700 meters. And then you have like these ultra big funnels, and have a couple of 9-inch guns. I mean, it's not... It's not super well... I'm just not super thrilled about this cruiser. I'm just not feeling it. Alright, so we got 6 months till we can build the better Dreadnought. And we've got plenty of ships. We're getting our destroyers together. How many turns? We got 4 more turns on those. And get all these... I don't really want to deal with these ambushes. We're not going to deal with that. So we're just gonna cycle a turn and see what happens. At least I got hot tea. So let's bonk those transports. We'll bonk those transports. Let's go run you away. Oh, that's not... How fast are you? You're 28.5 and I'm 30, so I should be able to get away. So we'll secure the seas, and we got to start thinking about conquering these minor nations, because that was one of my big goals, is taking out minor nations. I'm not really quite sure how to do this. I think they're all allied with the Soviet Union. That's going to be a real pain. What I may have to do is go to war with the Soviets and then just focus on attacking minor nations. That may be what has to happen. And I've got the Americans to deal with too. Which I'll need a pretty large invasion fleet for that also. But I think I'll spend the next few turns just developing tech. So I'm in a pretty solid position right now. What's this convoy here? 3 torpedo boats versus 2? No, we're not doing that. That's dumb. And that is also dumb. So we aren't going to do that. That's too much dumb. Alright, can we invade any Japan? We cannot, so we are out of Japan to invade. It's going really well. That's going really well. That's going really well. We got these guys up here. America's going to take that out. I could try getting into a war with China. They've got a surprising number of ships for only having... They have 7 ports. Where are all your ports out? Because they've got all this shit down here. So we could try to get into a war with China. Who's left? We've got the Soviets, China, America. Because the UK's fucked. Britain's fucked. Japan's just a matter of time. So really it's going to be the Americans next. And they have allies. So we need to start preparing for that. So they've got Belgium, Argentina, and Sweden. And I don't have a lot of stuff up here. So when things inevitably light off against the Americans, I'll have to deal with that. Now, the steam turbines are going to be really fast, but they're going to have a short range, if I remember correctly. How are my small guns doing? We're doing all right. So, I mean, I could build a new batch of cruisers or something. New batch of patrol ships. But really, until I finish the engines, that's going to be such a major deal. There's probably not much point in it. And I'm going to have to build dreadnoughts. And I really don't like those cruiser 3s. And the light cruisers, they're just not fast. And I need something fast to keep up the destroyers. Because what I'm going to have to do when I'm fighting the Americans is I'm going to have to pre-deploy a bunch of stuff, here in the Caribbean, kind of blockade their coast, Pacific. I mean, I'm going to get stretched pretty thin because they're kind of all over the place. And my Asian fleet will be all right. I could try and get into a fight with them now. Because all this stuff's going to just kind of wrap up here in a few turns, but I don't really want to push my luck too much. So here in the Mediterranean, I've got a bunch of stuff in the Mediterranean. If we assume that the Americans are going to be the next fight, then that means that we need to take out their minor nations first. So Belgium and Sweden, because this is all Sweden up here. Do they have where's their capital? Yeah, so Belgium, Sweden, we're going to have to deal with all this stuff up here. So probably North Sea and just start grabbing all this stuff. Argentina's down here. And I don't have a lot down here. I probably ought to make more destroyers, to be honest, and I can make them fast. I don't think they're going to be great, but I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to make just a crap load of destroyers. Can we refit any more of these guys? No. Alright, so we can make like 80,000 tons of destroyers. And that's how we're going to do it. Alright, so And these are about 1,000 tons each, so we're going to put them in. I forgot to check to see where we're already building them. So we got some being built in Pearl Harbor already. I think I'm going to put another, let's see here. Since we're going to be doing this to counter the Americans, we're going to go Caribbean. I mean, Caribbean and South Pacific. I'm not really worried about Asia. I mean, this part here, I've got fleets there that'll take care of itself. So I think what we're going to do is we need a bunch of stuff in the south and down here in the South Atlantic. Go 20, 40. We need stuff down here in Western South America, and I don't have enough down here because controlling this little port, this little spot down here is going to be essential. So I could put a bunch of stuff here. I could put like 30 of them here. I need a bunch of them up here in the north area. So probably we'll put 75 to 94. So we're going to put you guys in Scapa Flow. Or Helgoland, that's fine too. Helgoland's fine. Boop. And then we need 95 to 114. And we need to put you guys in South America area. Where are you? Falcon Islands. We'll do that. $15 to $34. You guys can go in the Caribbean. Where is Puerto Rico? We want Puerto Rico. Nope. Haiti, that's not really. Jamaica, we do Jamaica. Puerto Rico, we want Puerto Rico. Let's actually make you a important place, because I'll probably be putting more stuff there. Alright, so let's check the world here real quick. Hey JP, hey Rod. Hi, Tiny Dog. Did you just wake up? Good morning, Tiny Dog. Yes, hello. Now, what I might do is I might actually... Now, Denmark... Denmark's not allied with... Who's Denmark allied with? They're allied with China. They're being difficult. But I'll deal with them later. Could put stuff up here. So, like, controlling this area down here is going to be a big deal. I've got some coming in Pearl Harbor. I've got all these guys that are getting built in the Falkland Islands. They can control the southern part, so I'm not worried about that. And they can deal with... I got to put a couple of cruisers down this way also, just to sort of babysit. Alright, so we got the North Sea. I probably ought to do more in the North Atlantic. But maybe having more in the Pacific is going to be useful. I'm going to put them in the Pacific, I think. Because then they can deploy down here, they can go wherever. And we're just going to cause a lot of trouble. Is there anywhere else that I need them? I probably need them Central Atlantic to deal with whatever's coming on here. How many ships do the U.S. have? They've got a fuck ton. They've got a lot of ships. That is an awful lot of ships. It's going to be very problematic. I think we're going Pacific. Because it's a big area, and I got to deal with it. I can build more of these because they're fast to build, and we're just going to really lock down the Pacific. Now, pissing off China might be useful because I can start eating some of this stuff. So we'll increase tension with China, because I mean they like us a lot, but is there any, there's no invasionings that I can do. Yeah, so we'll just piss off China. And we're gonna have to cut this down a little bit. Doesn't really affect our research, so we're good. All right. Yeah, sucks to be you, Rod. I've got to go to work here in about 2 hours. So maybe I'll game for about an hour or so. We'll see how I feel. Boop. And boop. And we'll go fight this one manually. I mean, I guess I don't need a really fast... I don't need a 32-knot cruiser. Hi, tiny dog. Alright, do you need to go outside? Alright, let's go outside. Hold on, I got tiny dog aggro. Come on, let's go outside. Where were we? On one hand, life might be a lot easier if Tiny Dog could open doors. On the other hand, can you imagine how much of a nightmare it would be if Tiny Dog could open doors? Alright, so let's go sink these guys. I'm not even gonna... What kind of... They're gonna... I'm just gonna have you. I'm not even gonna bother changing this. I'll just leave you guys how they are. Because I'm gonna be lazy because it's just a cruiser. Alright, go get them, Holy Assault ships. So I guess if I hold my... Well, this just shows the flooding, so it doesn't show the overall damage. It'd be nice if I could more easily see how everybody's doing. Oh well. There we go. He's getting tore up pretty nicely. Yeah, I really need a fast raiding battleship that can hit and run down enemy ships. This will be a fight. This will actually be a good fight. I mean, it's a very one-sided good fight. By the way, today is Wednesday, so we have movie night at the shop tonight. So if anybody is thus inclined, we're going to be doing movies at 7, although I don't know what movie we're watching. That's a Christoph thing, but it's probably on our website. Alright, so let's organize this a little bit better. Actually, we're going to... You two. You guys, you're going to run away because this isn't going to be very healthy for you. And please don't lag when I'm selecting you. Thank you. These guys. Alright, looks like they are going the right direction. Alright, so let's go find these dudes. Yeah, it's always the hard part. Getting rich is always the hard part. let's go check their Dreadnoughts. So they're a little bit more this way now. And so there's the cruiser. These cruisers are... These are probably cruiser 2s, it looks like. These aren't the cruiser 1s. Their armor's pretty decent. They've got not very good guns, 2.3 kilometer torpedoes, they're reasonably fast. Alright, so what I kind of want to do is I want to stay on the outside of them, and you guys are going to also stay on the outside. And we don't want you doing the change thing, because that's retarded. Alright, so... you guys, your secondary guns are going to go after him, because that's your job, is to protect the main battle fleet. Let's go have you guys turn. Put your secondaries into this guy here. This is actually going to get a little spicy. Since you're switching targets all of a sudden, let's have you fire into that. Alright, so this is getting a little more... This is getting a little more interesting than I really want it to get. These guys are going fast, they're getting in close, and I do not like that. So we're going to have you guys fall back, and we're going to actually have these 3 battleships detach. Yep. Would you please, there we go, not do whatever you're doing. We're going to have you guys make a hard turn like that, and you guys are going to make kind of a turn like that. And you guys are going to turn kind of down like that. I'm going to have to actually detach all of these guys, because otherwise they are going to get too close, and that's unfortunate, because then I have to micromanage these, and I fucking hate doing that. Alright, so you guys, you're going to turn there, and you're going to turn like that. You're going to turn like that. I got to change. I wish those would by default stay off. And then you guys... Alright, what do these destroyers have? These guys have 1.5 kilometer torpedoes, not the end of the world. The torpedo boats have 3 kilometer torpedoes, and they're already shooting, probably. So the torpedo boats are actually more dangerous. And then you guys... I need to break you up also, otherwise I'm going to have problems. So if you guys turn like that. Okay. So he's going to dodge that, it looks like. And he's going to dodge that. And... that might hit. No, I think we'll be alright. Oh, shit, there's another one. Gotta get you turned more like that. This is what's just really annoying. I hate playing dodge the torpedo. These guys are getting fast enough, that's the problem. And this is what I'm going to run into, probably with the Americans as well. Would you please? There we go. Alright, so they're doing alright. You guys are... We're going to turn like that so we can fire into everybody. We'll deal with the cruisers later. Then my cruisers... You guys are going after this guy, and it seems to be working alright. And... You guys are... Turn you more. Turn you more. What a pain in the buttocks. Do that. I think they're going to be... Oh, you better not turn into that torpedo, you dumbass. You better not turn into that torpedo. I know you're really stupid, but you're a cruiser captain, not a destroyer captain. There we go. Alright, good job. Oh. This guy wants to get hit by another torpedo, it looks like. It's going to be a little close. Alright, I mean, it's working. Really wish you guys would just turn off the dodge so that you guys will all get back in line. And I think all of the destroyers are sunk. Alright, so at this point the torpedoes look like they're gone. Yeah, for the most part. Alright, so you guys are now going to go and follow these dudes, just so we can get everybody sort of back on the same page. Kind of a pain, but there we go. These cruisers are 21.9 knots, so they're faster than me. I mean, that was a pretty good brawl. It was just annoying. I just hate doing that kind of stuff, but at least I was able to micromanage it and get through it all. Oh, yeah, you guys got too close and you got hurt. Alright, sucks to be you. At this point, though, we can just bully down these cruisers. How big are they? These guys are 9,000 tons, 8,500 tons. They're not that much smaller than my assault ships. That guy's in a lot of trouble. Alright, one more cruiser to go. Let's go on in and get you. And then after this fight, I'm going to take a quick break and check on the dog. Yeah, you're not getting away from me, buddy. I've got a lot of guns. He's getting tore up pretty good. Alright, not so bad. Not so bad. I was really kind of surprised when those destroyers just went all balls in like that. They could have done a lot of damage. You know, I guess part of the problem is the computer can get really suicidal, and that's really annoying. I got all my experience, probably. Yeah. Alright. Alright, give me a minute. I'll be right back. I guess she doesn't want to go out. She just wants to sit in the living room, so whatever. Alright, so... go boink you. Boop. And... Alright. So... this is an invade England turn. A lot of this stuff's busy over here. I could grab Australia, which wouldn't be necessarily bad. So I don't expect my army to maybe do anything about it. I could grab Andaman Islands. Or grab Sumatra. Sumatra's probably a good thing to grab, and I've got a lot of ships there, so let's grab... I don't know where it's going to want me to be for Sumatra. Apparently I don't need a lot to grab it. My guess is, well, you know, I'm gonna split them up. We'll put half of you guys there. I'll put the other half of you guys there. Now I can cover about all my bases. And then I think I'm going to go build some more destroyers for the Central Atlantic. And I really hope these destroyers don't suck. I mean, if they turn out to suck, then they'll just be essentially disposable. But 50... I can do like 30,000... I can do like 25 of these. 56, 66, 76, it's 80. That should be enough. And I'm just going to put these in the Atlantic just to kind of help lock all that down. Put you guys in like Santa Cruz. That should be really nice. Where? There we go. Two more months on the engines, 4 on the hull strengthening, which, you know what we could do? Let's just do that. I think that's what we're going to do. We did our invasion for the turn. All this stuff is going nice. We got a convoy mission, which we got 2 7-inch guns, 7.7s, and I've got these are single-barreled guns. I might be able to take it. Let's go give this a try. He's what, trained? He's green, and I'm regular. Let's try it. I think we can do it. Okay, so you're going to be this way. Alright, so the plan is my torpedo boat will go after the transports, hopefully, while I mess with the cruiser. And hopefully I don't get the crap kicked out of me, because that would be bad. And if I do, I'll just reload it, because I'm a baddie. If things look bad, I'll run away, though. Let's see how this goes. Where are you at? Over this way now. So they're probably traveling that way. So I'm going to angle over just a little bit. I mean, I could build bigger cruisers. I could build the cruiser 3s. Oh, there we go. Here's a transport. Alright, so you're going to go that way. These transports have some guns, so we'll be a little careful. And you're going to go that way. Let's try and draw him away from the transport. There we go. Yep. I think I want you firing at them, please. And hopefully you don't get spotted or hit. Oh, you got spotted. What's the torpedo range on your ship? 1.2 kilometers, so that's not so bad. Let's go angle away a little bit. Actually, we're just going to broadside him. I think I can win this. Yeah, I can win that. Meanwhile, you're taking out the transport. Let's go start angling back. We'll circle around the cruiser and then start heading back towards the transports, because you're about to sink. Alright, then you're going to head back to the transports, and yeah, that'll be fine. Meanwhile, your job is to keep these guys spotted. I know you're right over in here. You just don't have very good spotting range. Oh, and you guys are trying to turn to get away from the torpedo boat, and you're going to head right towards my cruiser. Yeah. Oh, shit. That's bad. Alright, time for you to leave. Yeah, that was not good. That was no bueno. We're going to turn around like this. And that was not so good. You lost 3 guys. That's really not good. I think you did enough work, torpedo boat. We're going to let the cruiser finish this off. Alright, that wasn't so bad. I didn't really want the torpedo boat to get nailed like that, but he got his experience, so alright. Not the end of the world. This ambush we're not going to do. We're already doing an invasion. Okay, so these guys are going to get that. That's coming along nicely. That's going to get that next turn. That's coming along nicely. And Japan doesn't have any more stuff. we are at our limit for what we can do here, so we're going to leave that alone. I need to start paying more attention with these cruisers. Let's go down there. Let's... I could try and shift that to an invade, and maybe I can trigger something. I mean, these guys have all sort of got that worked out. That's going well. I think I'm going to have all you guys go back into port here. And, I mean, as far as just nailing the British economy, these guys are about as screwed as they can possibly be, so I don't know if there's anything more that I can really do to them. Probably the best place to defend from is going to be probably Liberia at this point, because it's like the shortest distance between these places, or up here. Let's all head into Liberia and refit, or rearm, or whatever you have to do. Do we have any more guys here? I don't think I do. Let's sort of double check. The African coast is a real pain to patrol. Alright, so that mostly takes care of that. And we don't care what Britain's doing. Oh, that's right. I was going to go after Grand Bahama, wasn't I? And I forgot to do that. Alright, well, we'll do that next time. Oh, I do need to start moving my ships out of the Mediterranean into someplace a little more useful. I forgot to do that. Boop. Anti-torpedo nets. I got Gambia, that's good. South Hanzu. Alright, so things are going nicely. So over here. Alright, so that's where it needed to be. Alright. It's a Japan invade turn, but there's nothing to invade, so we'll piss off China some more. US is still really mad at me, but that's alright. Alright, so one more turn I can start building the Dreadnoughts, so we're not going to build any more destroyers. Don't care about the electro-hydraulic turrets. Rangefinder's going to be a while, but that's not the end of the world. Shells, thin-walled shells, it's 3 turns. That's going to be nice, but I can get that on my refit, so that's not really a big deal. Alright, so the big things I have to do. I've got all these guys here to deal with Ottomans, and I kind of need to keep them there. As far as Serbia's just really mad. I've got a lot of ships here. And I don't know why the Soviets are here or not. That doesn't make any sense. So I want to have enough in the Baltic and the North Sea that I can nail Sweden when the time comes. So Central Mediterranean, I've got 5 battleships, and I don't know where they... Here we go. We got these 5 Holy Assault ships, so you guys are going to move to... Oh, I've got stuff, don't I? We're going to have you guys move to Helgoland. So the Baltic, I have 80,000 tons, so I can deal with Sweden as needed. Western Mediterranean, I don't have anything. So all my stuff's here in Bari. What is actually in Bari? I've got a whole bunch of Holy Assault ships, and I've got some patrol cruisers, and... Where are my Guardians at? Alright, they're right over here. Alright, so... If anything weird happens, I've got those guys to deal with it. Alright, so first off, I mean, the Ottomans aren't making any progress. If they do start making progress, maybe I'll worry about it a little bit more. Do I have stuff in the Black Sea? I have a lot of stuff in the Black Sea that I don't really need to be there unless I'm fucking with the Ottomans. That's probably pissing off the Soviets, who I'm not ready to fight yet. Because realistically, I have to take on the Americans first. On the other hand, I could get into a fight with the Soviets and just start omnoming their stuff. Realistically, I'll end up in a fight with the Soviets and the Americans at the same time at some point in the future. That would be my anticipation. So you guys, these 18 battleships, I think we can move out of here and have you hang out in the Aegean Sea. Now, who's allied? Who's got Greece? Nobody is allied with Greece. Wait, no, I am. Greece is my ally. Alright, so... I'm going to move... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... and a torpedo boat. I'm going to move half of you guys out. And have you just hang out there. This way we can try and counter the Ottomans, because apparently having tonnage in the ocean helps with logistics. Then I have these guys here. All of these dudes, we're going to move up to probably Helgoland. That's Arctic Ocean. I'll need something up here in the Arctic Ocean. So we'll put... We'll put some of these guys up there. And then we're going to move... Put some of you guys there. Is Serbia a Soviet ally? It is not. They're just independent and causing trouble. Oh, Mexico's Soviet. Oh, that's interesting. Alright. It might almost be better to take out the Soviets before America. But I don't know if I can keep the Americans... I don't know if I can keep the Americans busy. I could leave some holy assault ships down here just for tonnage. And that, because that's going to be enough to deal with all this, I think. I've got a bunch of cruisers here, so I can move... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cruisers and 2 of the recons over there. And we're gonna move six cruisers and 2 of the recons over there. Alright, so that'll kind of deal with that. Oh, and finances, let's put that all the way up again. Oh, do we need to piss anybody off? No, we're in good shape. Alright, here we go. Boop. We'll go shoot these guys down. I mean, I could probably auto-resolve it because we have a powerful enough fleet, but I don't want to take the chance. It's 8:30, so I'm doing all right on time. Alright, so... you're going to retreat. Alright, let's go find these guys. I gotta do a lot of repairing also. gonna suck to be that cruiser. Let's make it suck to be that destroyer even more. Alright, you guys, you don't get to make decisions. You're gonna go that way, you're gonna shoot the destroyers. So you're out of torpedoes, and you're out of torpedoes, so you're no longer really a threat. So we're just gonna sail along and blast you. I'm gonna start heading over towards the cruiser now. Alright, there we go. Problem solved. Can't imagine you have any torpedoes. Well, he does have torpedoes left. Alright, we'll just... No, there we go. Now he doesn't have... Well, because he sank. Alright, there we go. Problem solved. That. Alright, so the Ottomans are taken care of. Alright, so the Japanese are really screwed. They've just got this one province left that's going to be taken care of next turn. We don't want to deal with that. I want to get Grand Bahama, I think. Yeah, let's go get Grand Bahama because I have my guys there already. Where are you? Why can't I do that? What is... Oh, you know what? I'm a dumbass. I'm already invading it, and I just don't have my guys in there. That's really stupid of me. Wow, I'm dumb. Ha 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 ha. Alright, so that's a facepalm. Alright, so we could get this Turks thing, or I can get... Realistically, we'll get the Andaman Islands. Just to get that out of the way. Because I'm dumb. Alright, so I have all this now, so we'll go put you back to small guns. Quality control would be really nice, but there's not much I can do about that yet. Let's see if we can make a suitable ship. Alright, so ideally I want something going really fast. Okay, so you got 22 knots, 21 and a half, 21 and a half, so none of these are fantastic. Alright, so we're gonna make you big. With a deep draft. Make you 32 knots, which will probably not work. Let's try different technology. So we have turbines. Well, that helps a bit. Reinforced bulkheads, anti-flood, Citadel 2. Now, I don't think 32 knots is realistic. Let's try... What if we go 30? That's maybe a little bit better. We could do something like that. $41,000 spotting. .5 accuracy or 3 accuracy. We're going to need to save tonnage. So we might have to go something kind of small. Long funnel 3. Coincidence 2. Advanced radio. Might have to do something like that. As far as main guns go, if we go with a... We're going to go with a 13.9 maximum length gun. And these are Mark III. These are probably a little too short. So we could do something like that. This might be too... This might be too much. What's my recon on this thing? This is going to be expensive as shit. Recon's a 10, it's not that great. We've got great spotting range. And that'd put it overweight if I do this. I could try dropping the speed down. I could go 28 knots, which is, or 29. Which starts to make a huge difference. And 28 knots is reasonably fast. Oops. Roman Emperor, what do you mean by this game fell off hard? Are you talking about how just the popularity of the game fell off, or? You're talking about how the development stopped when the Swedish cell phone company fired everybody. What's the smallest gun I can put on? So I could use 4-inch guns here, so I don't know if I want to bother with 4-inch guns. I mean, it's not bad. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Yeah, I think this is why cell phone games and PC games should stay separate. Because that just really, the whole thing just really sucks. Oh yeah, that's right. We need to, on soft cap, TNT, balisite, creased big. That's my dad. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hang on. That was my dad checking in, which is great. Alright, so so we could make this thing go 28 knots, which is still pretty fast. It's not like catch torpedo boat fast, but 28 knots is still, that's still pretty aggressive, and it'll have a lot of firepower. If I go induced boilers, that's not going to work out. I could put a 4th funnel. So this makes the funnels 399 tons apiece. And this makes them 228. So I could add a 4th funnel and make it go really fast that way, have the extra engine efficiency. It'd take up deck space, but it's not like I have a lack of deck space. Because this thing's really just going to be a platform for throwing big shells at people. So I could, because the induced boilers, that's 50% smoke interference and engine vibrations. It's a lot less engine vibrations. Hey JP, how are you doing?
I'm alright, Bob. How are you?
I'm doing alright. I'm just trying to get this trying to get the speed demon of a battleship kind of figured out. It's not really a speed demon. It's only going to go probably 28 knots. Yeah, so with induced boilers, I'm only getting 98% efficiency, but I'll have less engine vibration, and I'll have less smoke interference. Or I could go forced boilers and make it go faster. So this is 26,865, and if I took that out and went forced, so it's a little bit heavier if I go with the forced. Takes up less space. I've got a little bit less engine efficiency this way, which isn't the end of the world. Might have a starboard weight offset. There's no reason there should be a starboard weight offset. Nothing is... Oh, that's a side gun. You bitch. Come here. Because the engine vibrations are going to affect my accuracy by somewhat. So we can do this. I'd like for my guns to be able to travel full 360. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put a barbette. I'm going to do a medium barbette. I could probably even do like one of these smaller ones. Because this is going to do a full 360 now. And I can have some secondary guns underneath. Let's say I have a secondary gun here. It's not going to get in the way of this thing turning around for a full 360. So I could do something kind of like that. And then when I eventually make it go faster, I can go 20. But I probably need enough armor to make this thing work. And I want my secondaries to be probably 5.9s. Because I like that. Or I can go 6-inch guns. So I want this thing to be able to raffle stomp cruisers. Because right now my Mark IIIs are only 3-inch guns, so I might as well, I can go 6-inch. Let's see, what's the difference here? So 9.9 kilometer range, 10.4. Alright, we're going to compare.
Are you leaving case meat off on purpose, or we just not got there yet?
I haven't decided on that yet. Let's go compare the 5.9s and the 6.9s. Alright, so that's 13.3 versus 13.8 kilometers. Why is the... No, we don't want semi. We want capped ballistic. There we go, baby. There we go. Alright, so 15.7 versus 16. So the range is about the same. The penetration of 10,000 meters is 6 inches versus 3 inches. So the penetration's a lot better on the 6-inch gun. So I think we're going... I think we want a 6-inch gun. I could try to squeeze one of them in between. That's probably not going to work out. As I may not do a lot with the casemates. I haven't decided yet. And I don't know if I want the 6.9s on the sides, because that adds a lot of weight for not a lot of return. I mean, I could do it. So first off, we need Saint 2.9. For my close defense. And these are... As far as the casemates along the side, I'm limited to 4. I have to have at least 4-inch guns there, and I don't know if I want to do it. And the other... Yeah, or I might do something... I might do even a smaller one on the... because this thing's going to be primarily taking out bigger ships. You know, it's going to be fast. I want you to have a good rotation, which these guns do. I need to have this gun set back so that it can 360, because that'll really help with whatever I'm doing, because I'll be mostly attacking forward. I'll be mostly chasing things. I'd like to put a secondary gun in here somewhere, but I don't... Unless I can do a... I thought there was like a really, really tall... I don't see the super tall barbette that I'm... I don't see the super tall barbette that I'm thinking of. Was this medium barbette for small guns? That won't be tall enough. Oh, I forgot. Can I put... No, I can't mount guns on top of the turrets, which is annoying. Yeah, I don't see the super tall barbette that I'm used to. Here's the barbette for small guns tall, but that's just not going to be... That's just not going to be tall enough. Now, one possibility is I scooch this gun forward, which won't really limit the firing arc that much. And then I can put a 6.9 in. There's not enough room, really. And I don't really want to scooch this. I mean, I could scooch this thing even further forward. Then I could put a secondary gun here, but that's... If I'm going to do that, I might as well have this gun further back to balance the weight. And have something like this. Which I'm not really sure if that's how necessary that is. It's probably actually just better to have this forward so it has a good arc of fire. And then probably just have two have these guns right here. Let's see here, as far as belt, I want 12 inches. And I don't have nearly enough armor for what I'm doing. Oh, wait, where do I have a 5.9? Are you a 5.9? Oh, you're a 5.9. So yeah, because the 6.9 is a lot better than the 5.9. I may not be able to have the heavy armor that I want because I'm going for a lot of speed, so I may have to go 10 inches on the belt. There's a lot of aft weight offset. How am I going to squeeze all this shit in? I really don't want to... I could drop it down to 27 knots, which would be unfortunate. And that would fix a lot of things. At 27 knots, though... Now I'm going to start being kind of easy to hit. I'll be able to catch anything. 27 knots isn't awful. I really want 28 knots, but I don't think I'm going to get it. Do the secondary guns here, do you have armor? So they do have, the 2.9s do have armor. Or I could go 3.9s, these are Mark 3s also. So I could have a bunch of these. Alright, how do these 2.9s and the 3.9s compare? Let's go check these out. Alright, so the 3.9s at 5,000 meters have a 3.6 inch penetration, and those have a 2.7. Those fire 5.5 shots per. These are 4.5. They're 14.3, 14 point. These have a longer range. 5,000 meters is 6.2 accuracy, and these have a 4.6. So the 2.9s are actually more accurate. And then as far as armor on the turrets, the maximum armor on the turrets is half, though. I think from a survivability standpoint, I need the 3.9s just because they're going to be tougher. And they're still a Mark III gun. And they penetrate a little bit better, which will be useful for dealing with light cruisers. Alright, so oh, I wonder, can I put these on the side? No, I cannot. Oh, wait, I could, maybe. So I could do these. But if I'm going to do that, I might as well just save the tonnage and do it like this. Does that make a difference there? No. Do that. Unless I can put these up. No, this is going to be fine. Let's go turn the ship around. Come on, don't lag. So I could put one of these out here also. I don't know if this is necessarily worth it, though. I wonder if I took you off, and let's say I put... something like this. I could have you and you. I have some small, kind of a mix of small guns and big guns. And this will give me a lot. This would be like having a whole bunch of cruisers strapped to my side. So this is actually probably worth it. I'm only going 27 knots, which I don't like. But I have a crap ton of firepower. And I don't know if it's worth putting a bunch of 4-inch casemate guns. I mean, I could stick a bunch of 4-inch casemate guns down here, JP. Hey, Shadow Wolf.
But would it be worth it?
But is it worth it? They're 44 tons apiece. I could beef them up, but... You know, once you get turrets, the casemate guns don't seem all that sexy anymore. At least not if they're big. Because I've got a hell of a broadside armament. You know, I've got... On each broadside, I'll have, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10... 6.9s, which are basically a couple of cruisers, and then a couple of 3.9s and some 2.9s for dealing with, you know, small things. And I should have escort ships with this guy to protect against unwanted attention. Now what I could do is I like the placement of this gun. I think the angle... Would you not do that? The firing angle's pretty good for what he can see. So I don't really want to scoot him back anymore. because that'll just restrict my... If I put it there, it doesn't really restrict it that much. It's a very slight change. So I could do that. Yeah, I could squeeze. If I put something like this, that's going to restrict this gun. I don't really want to do that. I could put a... Now, one possible is I take you off. And put a... No, that's not going to work, because then it'll start blocking the main gun. So... And I can actually stick you back a little further, like that. Oh, I gotta answer the phone. Hold on a minute. Alright. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll have to wrap this up before too long, because the work calls are going to start coming in. And what I could do, actually, if I want to be really snarky, is I could... I could actually do something like this, and I could put an extra 6-inch gun up front as a chaser gun. It won't restrict my gun turret. We'll stick you forward a little bit more. That'll give great firing angles. And like that. Alright, this right here will be really, really nasty. So, I mean, I could put in some 4-inch guns just to deal with small stuff. I've got the tonnage. I'd rather have the speed. If I go 27.5... Oh, that's interesting. So 28 knots really nails me. 27.6... 27.5... Alright, so 27.5 is kind of my cutoff before the hydrodynamic resistance starts just exponentially fucking me. So I think this is... Why do we have a starboard weight offset? Oh, because that didn't translate. I see. I see. I see how this goes. Okay. Is that even? That looks even. Alright, so... Secondary guns. I'm glad I noticed that. Would you please? Thank you. Alright, so now that's balanced again. I mean, this has a really impressive secondary armament. So, like, I could add, if I wanted to add 4-inch guns, let's say I just littered this thing with...
Might almost be better just to have more armor.
I mean, that doesn't actually add that much to it, and these would be... You know, I'm not going to make these like 4.9s or anything. You know, we'll just leave these small. And these will have a rate of fire 5.5 shots per minute. They've got a pretty reasonable... I mean, maybe I leave these on there for point defense, but that's going to be... I mean, this probably isn't awful to put on there just for some extra guns. I don't know how much it really matters. Because this is 28.9. So it's for 800 tons, basically, I'm getting a bunch of extra guns. It's... I think I'm actually going to go for it. Alright, so, and then we'll armor it up the rest of the way. I want a 4-inch deck. Actually, probably 3.5. Oh. 2-inch superstructure. 2 inches in the rear. How am I going to adjust the... There we go. So that's perfect. And then we want to, I mean, I would like to have more armor on the main guns, but that's going to be 12 inches actually probably okay, because this is mostly going to be going after smaller, this is going to be killing cruisers mostly. I'm not going to be fighting a lot of battleships. My flash fire chance is what? Pretty high. My the submarines are going to really screw me, is going to be my big problem. Oh, I need...
Are you worrying much about subs?
No, not yet. I need conning tower. There we go. I don't like the angle on that. I'm not going to be shooting at stuff behind me that much of the main gun, so this will be fine. It's more important to balance it. And nobody has submarines yet. There we go. So this will be my Commerce Raider Dreadnought. And the 13.9s will take out enemy battleships for this era, because it's only 1907 or so. There we go, there's my Marauder. It's a little slower than I'd like. But it's also tankier than I was originally planning, so it's...
You're trading up some tanky for speed.
Yeah, well, because after 27.5 knots, I start losing a lot of efficiency really quick. And I've got a really frightening secondary armament, so I think this will do it. Yeah, I think I'm going to call this a win. It's got what? How many? On a broadside, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double 6.9-inch turrets of 12 guns. So on each broadside, I'll have the firepower, the secondary armament of 2 of my patrol boats. I could probably shave some of the 4-inch guns. But this is fine. I don't think I need 5 inches on the top of my 4-inch casemates. I think probably 3 inches is fine. And then this gives me a little bit more.
You're not looking at a lot of plunging fire yet.
Yeah, oh, and this changes my... There you go, I can put the turret back where I want it. And 29,253, so this... There we go. I think I like that better. Yeah. I'd like to have more 4-belt, but I think this will be quite suitable. All right. Here we go. Why does it have a star next to it? I don't know. Whatever, good enough. Boom, it's built. Alright, so I am going to get ready for work now because I have to earn the monies. And I'll try and be on later tonight after work. I got home last night and I just fell asleep. So, yesterday was a long day. What are you up to today, JP? Anything exciting? And then he vanished. Alright, well I guess JP disappeared, so. Alright guys, I will see everybody this evening. Let's actually build a couple of these first. Let's see if I can... I've got
Oh,
There you are. Oh, now you're back.
yeah, I was there the whole time. It just wasn't here.
You just went very quiet.
I was telling you that I'm going to have a boring day, but my lady is going to be out putting a caliper back on our rig. She drove a friend to work this morning, and while driving back, the driver's side rear caliper fell off.
I don't think that's supposed to happen.
It is not.
Well, that sounds unpleasant.
Yeah, so she is out acquiring the things that are needed to put that back on, and well, that will probably happen, hopefully before 11 o'clock today.
Well, good luck with that. Good luck indeed. Oh, you know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm going to build a third one of these. And then I will turn off some of the destroyers that I'm building. There we go.
Oh, and just an update for the for those interested in the all auto resolve campaign. I'm up to 1935, and I should have world domination before 1950.
Nice. Very cool.
So it is perfectly possible to do a campaign with nothing but auto resolves.
That's good to hear. How do I want to do? Do I want to put these all in a... I'm going to actually leave these in I'll put them all in Santa Cruz for now. I might give them distinct names later. How over tonnaged am I? I am 193, so I need to get rid of like 6 destroyers or something. So we're going to take some of these destroyers, I'm going to suspend them. There we go. And that should fix that. And then as destroyers complete themselves, then we'll deal with it. We can scooch this down just a smidge also. And did I remember to invade? I did. Research is going nicely, so we are back on track. Alright, wonderful. Alright, well, I'm going to go save the game, and I'm going to get ready for work, and I hope everybody had a good time. And I'll see you guys hopefully tonight. Oh, hey, Mike. I'll stay on Discord after I end the stream, so give me just a moment here.